Hey guys, how we doing? I did some yard selling today and I got a couple of pieces. Figure I'd take you along for a little journey and kind of show you what we got. One, we'll start with this guy, is but I thought it was a grinder. It had a wire wheel on it. It's a Makita 180mm. It's not a grinder though, it is a sander polisher. What makes it a sander polisher is the fact on the bottom side it has a throttle on it that you can adjust the speed, and that works really good when you're trying to run a buffer and don't want to burn the paint. I have a Harbor Freight one I bought. It's over there on the wall, but it works, but it's kind of crappy. The speed is very hard to control in it, so this guy should fit the bill very well. So I grabbed that for 20 bucks, and at the same yard sale was this guy. It's a hammer drill with some bits, AEG. Let's see where it's made. Germany. So it's a decent size, a decent quality rather, machine. I think it might turn into a regular drill too. I see a 1 and a 2 on here, unless that's just speeds or something. And it came with a bunch of bits, and again, that was 20 bucks too. There was a estate sale. Parents passed away and the kids were selling all the stuff off, and this thing was actually hanging up in the rafters. They said they used it like once or twice, and for sucking up leaves, and they had a problem with it where it was they had too many leaves for the amount that filled it up, and they never used it again. And I could tell right now they didn't have it set up right. They had the that nozzle set too low. The wheels are adjustable for that. And they also didn't realize that this guy unscrews and it turns into a regular walk-behind leaf blower. So we'll get that running and clean her up. That was 30 bucks. I'm not sure what the horsepower rating on that is. It's probably like a 6 horse, 5 horse, something like that. But it's only pumping air. And it's got a big nozzle on the front of it if you want to put a hose on it. But they pretty much suck. Get it? Anyway. Alright. Enough of that stuff. There's some other little pieces, but not worth talking about. But a friend of mine called me and he wanted to put something on Craigslist, being this guy. He was trying to get an idea what he should put it on for price, and we started talking and we ended up doing a trade. What's up, Mom? Is it's a mid-90s mule, 2-wheel drive, liquid cooled. I think it's 620 cc's with a roll cage on it. Everything kind of works on it. It's kind of, sort of, runs, drives, does all that stuff that it's supposed to, stops. But just there's a bunch of meatball stuff on it. Being, you can kind of see that there's a shifter on the dash for forward and reverse, and a choke lever down here. But you see that metal rod sticking out of there? That's the actual shifting for it now. The other piece of wire is the choke. You see the seats all kind of chewed up. It's got a bunch of rust on the sheet metal. There's a patch put on the floor right here. It should be all diamond plate. You can kind of see where it's blowing out all over the place. So it was used on a horse farm, and all the caca sat on it, and it always stays wet and it just rots it right out. You can kind of see all inside here. This is all sandwiched. And of course he painted it up just to make it look good, and I got to grind all that crap off to fix it. Let's see inside the bed. Kind of see the inside's all blown out on it. So the frame of everything is good. It's just all the sheet metal is kind of wacky. Yeah, the rear's taking a hit there. The muffler's blown out. There's just a ton of sheet metal work that just kind of needs to be done, and then just go through everything, adjust the valves, all that kind of thing. But they're pretty beefy machines for what they are. Not terribly fast like an ATV, but I don't know, probably do 20 miles an hour maybe. Something like that. Let's see if we can hop up here. Hi-ya! We'll fire her up. We got 1,900 hours on it. Emergency brake works, all the regular brakes work. He had the front bumper was all twisted up, and we hacked it off with a sawzall. Get her to fit in the truck a little bit better because there's a lot of weight on my tailgate. She's pretty much halfway on there. We need to get forward as good as possible. I just need some loving. I'm going to order a 4x8 sheet of cold rolled, probably 14 gauge, 16 gauge, right around there. And we're going to reskin all the sheet metal. You see where it's blown out here again too. But as I said, the frame is pretty good. No issues with that. It just needs all the tin replaced. This area here, I'll probably use some bed frame rail, just slice it right off and put some bed frame rail on it, weld it on, and re-drill the holes. That's a pretty cool little buggy. He's got a brush bar that went with a truck rather. I think it was a Ford Explorer he's going to bring over tomorrow. And I think I'm going to put that on this whole front end right here for a new bumper and brush bar. I got to cut about a foot out of the center of it though to shrink it up to the width of the machine. It's a Mule 2500. It's got a little canvas on the top of it for the roof, and you can see some what looks like green bird shit. It was actually me pulling in the driveway. I got a branch getting lower and lower, and I stuffed it right into it. I forgot how tall it was. Oops. And you see the seats all hamburgered up right there. It did come with, he bought the foam to do the seat. That's my airbag. And there's some vinyl in here that he went to like Joann Fabric or something. And I got that just to redo the seats. The bottom of the seats are wood, so you can just kind of wrap them and staple them. You can kind of see, it's just plywood. So you should just be able to redo that fairly well. Kind of wrap them up like a Christmas present. And what we traded for it, I'll show you. I have two of these. I just went to renewed my insurance for all my motorcycles, and I ended up canceling this one because I just wasn't using it. This is a 87 TW 200. I own this bike probably about 15 years or so, 16 years. It's the first year that they made it. Good running bike, it's all there. Battery's probably pooched in it, but it does have a kickstart. I know it's dark in here, but it's a decent bike. He's ridden it before. As I said, I have two of these, so he kind of liked them. I think he owns about 5 of these now. None of them are on the road. He bought a bunch of parts machines, and he did buy one new one, a newer one, like a 2008, I think. So he wants one for his son also, and this bike is, other than a battery and probably clean the fuel out of it, should be good to go. So that's what we trade it. Probably about an even deal. They're probably about the same value. But for me, this stuff's kind of an easy fix to do. It's all just cutting and hacking with metal, and it's second nature for me. Plus, it might make for a good couple of videos to do like a before, during, and after on this thing. You beat on it a little bit. It's built quite well. It's pretty tough. I'd flip the bed up right now, but I got it. That's what's holding it in place. We'll do another video on it later. You know the wife's gonna want it for the gardening. I built her a rat rod quad. Have to do a tug of war between the two of them. God, they got an ugly front end. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take care.